Oh boy, that is good. That is, that's really good. Good day, mates. Uh, how, how are you? Oh my goodness. Start of another day. Was probably probably well into the start of another day for you. But for me, what time is it? It's about 7 o'clock in the morning as we speak, and I gotta get my coffee. Boy, that's good. That's really good. This isn't the tea bag coffee bag coffee, but this isn't the coffee bag coffee. This is the young lady that made my coffee yesterday. She made this coffee today, and it's really good. But anyway, so start of another day down under, and I gotta tell you, I want to share some thoughts on the whole coronavirus thing that's going on. I'm not as in touch. I'm not as in touch with the news. I'm not as in touch with the news when I'm traveling as I am back home. It's just second nature just to turn on the Fox News and whatever, and just be inundated with news 24/7. But when I'm traveling, I usually check the news maybe 2 or 3 times a day on my Fox News app. I'll just see what the headline is or something like that. Every now and then I get a Fox News alert. But I'm not out of touch. I'm not out of touch with what's going on, and it's just the Chinese proverb, "May you live in interesting times." These are interesting times, and it's finding a balance. I mean, I'm here I am on the other side of the world, and the United States is blocking all traffic coming in from Europe, and you gotta wonder, what would happen, knock on wood, God forbid, I should say, if they block traffic coming in from Australia or someplace like New Zealand or something like that. I'd be stranded. I'd be stranded if I were going to be stranded. Gambarini, somebody there. This person down in Italy, they're always putting comments in my videos, and they're in Italian. I need to hire a translator, somebody that can translate in real time as I'm doing these videos. But no, I mean, if I had to be stuck somewhere in the world, if I had to be stuck somewhere. Than being stuck in Australia or New Zealand. It wouldn't be all that bad of a thing to do. But it's just kind of one of those things when it comes to the coronavirus. It's one of those things where you gotta try not to let fear get the better of you. Just use caution and common sense. Use caution and common sense, and for me, it's my faith in God. For me, my faith in God is a big factor in my. I think the bubbles are stopping. Yeah, the bubbles stopped. Okay, now I gotta be quiet. But anyway, for me, a lot of it is my faith in God. That gets me from one day to the next. Don't worry about today, or don't worry about your future, whatever it is. And so that is, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What concerns me more is just how the whole situation's just going to disrupt life as I know it. you know, how the situation is going to affect businesses, clients that I deal with, you know, that type of stuff. How is life going to change? You know, that's more of a concern. That's more of a concern or interest to me. You know, how is life around me going to change? Then, you know, am I going to get the coronavirus? Of course, I'm concerned if I'm going to get the coronavirus. I'm concerned if I'm going to get any virus for that matter. But you know, what are you going to do? You know, here I am. I'm down in Australia, and you know, I can only imagine. I talk to people all day long that are back home in the States, and trying to get a sense of what it's like back there. You know, I don't know. I mean, here, you know, you walk through the streets and, you know, there's no, you know, people aren't wearing masks, and people aren't, you know, outwardly panicking or anything. But who knows? So I may actually change. I told Carlo, who I was planning to spend time with next week down in Melbourne. I told him, I said, you know, if you have any reservations, any reluctance to having, you know, a house guest come stay with you, I said, just tell me. I said, it won't be a problem, you know. So I mean, that would be a shame. It'd be a shame to cancel the you know, the visit with Carlo, because that was one of the big reasons for coming down here, to be quite honest with you. But I'm sure our paths will cross, even if I don't stay with him. Speaking of paths crossing, guess who I'm picking up at the train station tonight? Oh, goodness gracious. Today I'm going to Kabuta. Kabuma, Kabuta, one of the two. Kabuma, Kabuta. It is I'm going to the Blue Mountains today. That's right. I'm going to the Blue Mountains. And the name of the town, I forget. It's Kabuma or Kabuta, one or the other. Kabooma or Kaboota or something like that. But Michelle was going to meet me. That's right. Michelle decided that I was talking with her yesterday, and I was telling her that you know, it was kind of short notice to find her way down to the Blue Mountains for the weekend. But I told her, I'll fly you into Melbourne. You can fly down to Melbourne and do the Great Ocean Road with me next week. And we actually bought a ticket, so not only is she coming to the Blue Mountains tonight, and I'm picking her up on the train in a little town where I'm staying up in the Blue Mountains. But she's flying into Melbourne next week, and we're going to do the Great Ocean Road together. And and I think that the reason that she's coming, I didn't ask her, but you know, it's not. There's a saying that I like, and it's not wise to be wiser than necessary. And this is one of those situations where it's not wise to be wiser than necessary, because I know why Michelle is coming down. She might tell me, she might say that she misses me, she might say she wants to see the Blue Mountains or the Great Ocean Road or something like that. But the fact of the matter is, the real reason that Michelle is coming down to visit me is right here. Biscotti. That's why. I bet she ran out of biscotti, and she doesn't have a Costco membership. You see? Michelle does not have a Costco membership, and I don't think that I left her enough biscotti. That's good. So that's why Michelle is coming down. She booked a flight She's flying down out of Brisbane to Sydney tonight. Yes, Bet, I remember you. I have experience. No, Romano. I hope to have the opportunity to help my. I don't know who the heck that person is, but anyway, I think that's why Michelle is coming down. She's coming down because she misses her biscotti. She wants biscotti. So she's only going to be down this weekend. I think that's going to be 3 weekends. You took the biscotti with you for this very reason. I did. I'm not a fool. You know, I am not a fool. But I don't know how practical. I don't know how practical it is that she's coming down tonight. She's catching a flight out of Brisbane at 5 o'clock or something like that. She lands in Sydney, and then she's going to get to the train station, and she's going to take the train up a 2-hour ride up into the Blue Mountains where I'm staying, and I'll pick her up at 10:30 or 11 o'clock at night from the train station. And then we'll have all day tomorrow night, and then Sunday afternoon she's going to go back on the train down to Sydney, catch a flight, and go home to whatever. So she's coming down, I think, for less than 48 hours. And then next weekend will be interesting. I was looking at the itineraries for the Great Ocean Road. She flies in on a Friday night, late on a Friday night into Melbourne, and she flies home on Monday evening. So I think I'll get a place near the airport on Monday night, or Friday night. I get my nights mixed up. I'll get a place on Friday night and pick her up at the airport on Friday night in Melbourne. And then we're gonna do the Great Ocean Road. So we'll do the Great Ocean Road over Saturday, Sunday, returning back on Monday. That'll be the plan. So, and then I may just very well return my car and catch a flight to Adelaide for the following week or something like that. We will see. It's all up in the air, and I'm probably boring you to death. But speaking of boring you to death, you know the drone shots. The drone, I'm playing around with some different what are called flight modes. So, for example, yesterday I did a video. Yesterday I did a video where the drone was focused on me, and then with the push of a button, it does like a circular path around me. And the people in the rowboat, you know, I could draw a box around the boat, and then the drone just follows the people through the water by itself. I don't have to do anything. So that drone is, boy, that drone really is something else. It really is a cool tool to play around with, but it's nerve-wracking. I can't tell you how many times I've lost sight of it and just had to fly it home with the, you know, looking at the map, so to speak. But anyway, so that's about it, folks. That's about it for the updates. Now it's time to get on with my trip and work and all that good stuff. So anyway, sorry if it's a little bit of a boring video today, but I know people out there wait, you know, to see what's on my mind today. So anyway, have a great day. I'm going to put the bubbles back on. Take care.